Hello and welcome to Baatchit with Cafemutual. I'm Suhail and today we're at the Cafemutual Passives Conference 2026. Today I'm joined by Pratik Oswal, Director at Motilal Oswal Financial Services, and he overlooks passive business. Mr. Oswal, how are you today?
Good, very good. Thank you.
All right, and as you know, the Cafemutual Passives Conference has a lot of distributors, a lot of people from the AMC side, a bit of everyone. So how is it out there interacting with?
No, it's great. I think this is my fourth or fifth time here, and honestly, it gets bigger and bigger every time. And it's good to, very heartening to see so many new people coming in, new distributors, new folks who are looking at distributing passive funds and getting involved. So overall, I think we're at a cusp where index funds, ETFs have taken off in a big way in the last 2 years. So I think it's good to see that people now are looking to learn from what else is out there.
Now, we know the industry has grown quite a bit, 30% since last year. But what steps do you think the industry can take to grow even further, both in the minds of investors and distributors?
Yeah, honestly, I think there is, obviously, awareness is a macro problem. Awareness for investing in equities, awareness for investing in mutual funds, awareness for investing in index funds, ETFs. So I think if you're able to, communicate the benefits of index funds, ETFs to investors, to distributors, and are able to break down, complex I think ideas into simple things. That could be a big way forward for this industry. Obviously, over the last 6 years, there have been a lot of launches. I think there's now over 700-800 index fund ETFs. And this will obviously grow at a much faster rate going forward. So I think complexity has increased. So as AMCs, as distributors, how are we able to navigate this ecosystem of so many products and so many ideas, and how do you fit them into client portfolios? That'll take some time. I think the conversation has moved on from why you should invest in passive towards, okay, which fund should you look at? Which I think is a positive conversation. So I feel these are some of the things which need to be worked upon by the industry to further this entire outlook on passives.
Now you must be speaking to a lot of distributors, a lot of investors day in, day out. What are some misconceptions that you may have heard from them regarding passive?
I think the misconceptions are that passive funds don't pay enough distribution commission, and most of them are surprised by the commissions that are inherently there in the industry today. So there is adequate compensation. The second is that people feel that passive funds are inferior when it comes to returns, which is not there. In a large and mid-cap space, it'll be tough to find funds that outperform the indexes. So there's outperformance, there's transparency, there's compensation, there is simplicity, and there's also increasing investor awareness. So end clients are now asking, partners for index funds, ETFs. They're wanting to learn. There's a huge quotient of DIY investors, who are going direct. So I think overall, these forces have helped in a big way towards, getting traction in this space.
All right. And we know that in the international community, in the USA, in China, passive investing continues to grow at great rates.
Yeah.
What lessons do you think the industry in India should be taking from globe?
I don't know if index investing is, out there it's a bit of a wild west. It is west also. But I think there's active ETFs there are passive ETFs. There is no standardization on methodology, consistency. If you see two thematic funds that sound the same, the portfolios will be completely different. So I think there's not a lot of rules that have been built for you to launch. You can launch anything you want, basically. So ETFs is more of a structure. Index fund is more of a structure. Within that structure, you can do whatever you want. I think what India has done right, what the regulators of India have done right, is that they are now scrutinizing the methodology. Is it a good product? Does it make sense? Is it true to the name of the index?
Right.
So I think there's slightly more scrutiny, which I think is a good thing. So I think Indian regulators are a lot more customer centric, a lot more retail friendly. So that I think is the big way. The second is out there in the US, the alpha is not there. So the biggest reason why indexes passive funds have grown is because the outperformance is not there in active funds. So that's why passives have taken over. India, I think it's still pretty much 50-50. Actives do well and passives do well. So I think India is still mid-stage where, and I don't feel India will become passive anytime soon. So I think there is enough merits in both philosophies, which is why I think India, again, both are very good.
Now, I'd like to go back to what you said earlier about how distributors feel that passives does not give enough commissions. Do you have a message for those distributors who are still hesitant about distributing passive funds due to perceived lower commissions?
Yeah, I would say that, of course, my message is I think, is to, look at passives as an allocation, as opposed to looking at it as a distributor sort of a thing. And there are a lot of products as distributors, Yeah, my view is to just have an allocation. That would be my primary view, is to not look at active versus passive or passive versus active. Is to say that, this is something that is customer centric.
Right.
It is simple, it makes sense, it will give you very good returns. So I think look at it from a product credibility point of view, because ultimately, if you're looking to increase wallet share for your clients would want to see the best product in their portfolio. So I think commissions will catch up over time. So my view is to look at it from a slightly more customer centric, look at it as an allocation, don't look at it as a threat. And also I think look at the merits of the product.
All right. Well, that's a great answer. Now we'll come to our rapid fire question round. I hope you're ready.
Sure.
Okay. So, one book, podcast, or mentor who shaped your thinking the most?
Who shaped my thinking? Warren Buffett.
All right. Great. You can expand on it in a sentence if you'd like.
Yeah, very lucky to have been exposed to Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger in my teenage years. So, definitely shaped a lot of my philosophy and all of that stuff.
Okay. My next question is, the most unexpected place where you've learned an investment lesson? Another CEO I interviewed said they learned an investment lesson from an auto rickshaw wala. So,
yeah, I don't know if I think investing lesson. I learned a lot of. I think the concept of bargain was taught to me by my mom.
Okay.
I used to go shopping with her, and I think she's very good at bargaining. So
at the vegetable.
Yeah. I used to enjoy my time with her, and I used to go with her, and I really understood the value of negotiation and bargaining.
I think a lot of people can probably relate to that.
Yeah.
Okay. AI, friend, foe, or a frenemy?
A friend for sure. Yeah, it's I've been lucky to have got a lot of productivity gains, and it's actually freed up a lot of my time for fun stuff. So I'm very happy about AI.
Okay. Final question is, Motilal Oswal has won 2 awards today at Cafemutual Passives Conference. In one sentence, what does this mean for you?
No, it's an honor, yeah, to be honest. Very lucky, very grateful. We started something 6 years back where we weren't sure about where to go, and it's good that I think when you start things early, you either have to be patient or lucky. We've been lucky because 19 to 26 been 7 years, and we've had incredible traction. So yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the questions I had.
Great.
Thank you very much, Mr. Oswal. That's it for this time on Baatchit with Cafemutual. We'll catch you next time with many more leaders of the industry. See you.
Thank you.